Welcome to Twisted Monday, where I'm going to be playing Rogue Trip Vacation 2012. Decidedly not a Twisted Metal game. Just a car combat game that has a lot of staff in common with the mainline Twisted Metal games. In fact, it has more creative staff in common than Twisted Metal Small Brawl, and about as much similar creative employees who made the game as Twisted Metal Head On. So I feel this is a very important part of Twisted Metal history. But you would be very justified in saying, how dare you call this Twisted Monday if you're going to play Rogue's Trip? So the bonus content will be me making up for the Twisted Marathon and playing through the 3 levels that I didn't play in Twisted Metal Black as Axel. So stick around after the playthrough. We'll actually look at some Twisted Metal games. And yeah, speaking of the marathon, that's the whole reason I'm doing this. Because I played every single game in this series 2 weeks ago. And I needed to do something as distant from that weird excursion as possible. So, playing a completely different game that I didn't touch during the marathon. Hooray. Really switching things up. And the marathon was all in support of a GoFundMe. Perhaps, if you want, you can still contribute to that GoFundMe to raise relocation funds. Link in chat. Very, very important if you can contribute. I appreciate it immensely. Anyway, let's watch this game's intro because it's fantastic. Legitimately, like, my favorite part about the game, and one of my favorite cutscenes in all of gaming history. We absolutely have to watch this. Then, gameplay. Sweet, merciless gameplay.
It is the year 2012. The world is crumbling into a new dark age. Disease and poverty run rampant in a world scourged by desolation, pollution, radiation, and despair.
But hey! Don't let that spoil your day. Take a vacation! Are you literally dying to go on vacation? Well, now's the time to make your dream come true with a luxurious visit to one of Big Daddy's vacation wonderlands. By the sweat and blood of those zany, wacky, oppressed lower classes, Big Daddy's made his little paradises shine like gemstones amidst the teeming crud of our sad little dying world. Aren't you glad you can afford it? So call now! Operators are standing.
Hey losers, need a vacation? Can't afford one of Big Daddy's snob fests? Don't despair, fight back! Hire an auto mercenary. These professional party crashers will hijack you on a high-speed, high-thrill, totally unauthorized vacation deep into the very heart of Big Daddy Land. And at a fraction of the cost. Our tricked-out battle rigs are fully loaded attack vehicles, armed to the teeth and ready for anything Big Daddy can throw at us. We fight the fights, so you can see the sights. This has been a totally illegal, unpaid announcement for the Amalgamated Association of Auto Mercenaries. We now return you to your regularly scheduled crap! So you want to be an auto mercenary, huh?
All right. let us get going with our regularly scheduled crap. That is Rogue Trip Vacation 2012. Oh, this game is rough. This game is very rough. It has its upside. One of those upsides is, well, the characters. We got a hot dog wagon. Great vehicle. The name was reused in Twisted Metal 2012. And there's Ozone. Very similar to the vehicle named Meat Wagon in Twisted Metal 2012. Here is my favorite vehicle in the game. Figured I would reward myself by playing as Intruder. Driven by Ratman. Mickey Mouse meets Batman. Yep. Terrible character. They're all terrible. But we do have little intro lines from the characters. This is a nice touch.
Scoundrels beware!
Beautiful. Now, while our host goes off on the extremely complicated mechanics that really go into this game, and they do warrant explanation, but I will explain them on my own because I need to mute the game. The first level has a licensed song by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and I absolutely do not ever want to hear it again in my entire life. So, I'm completely silencing the game for the duration of one level, and then we'll come back and listen to the game again. Not that the soundtrack to the game is any good anywhere, but the first level is especially excruciating. So it's gotta go. Sub in some temporary music while we survive a level called X-Lax. So this entire game is about being an Uber driver. You need to go around and escort the tourist to various locations. Doing so gets you thousands of dollars anytime you successfully wait at one of the photo ops for a couple of seconds while you're holding the tourist. There should be 6 photo ops, and the other vehicles can steal the tourist and get the photo ops themselves, permanently using up that photo op. We desperately need all the photo ops we can get. Because, primarily, well, heals are purchased. We need to spend the money in order to heal ourselves. And lives need to be purchased. We cannot regenerate our lives between levels, so the only way to get lives back is to spend $30,000 apiece. That is a whole lot of photo ops. Basically, as the opening cutscene aptly demonstrated, capitalism ruins this game. Just the need for money absolutely wrecks any car combat and turns it into this just agonizing escort mission where you're constantly getting harassed by other obnoxious vehicles. I think a lot of the things they designed for this game are really good, but the entire premise ruins those things. And as a result, the game is frankly pretty bad. But I still like showing it off. I still consider it to be very important. I just wish it were better. Nope, that's not it. Okay, apparently the premature ejector which is the weapon that I fired there, actually deals damage. The purpose of it is to cause the tourist to be ejected from the vehicle that it is currently in. But Vermin did not have the tourist. I shot him with the ejector anyway, accidentally, and he died. I believe this game was directed by Scott Campbell, who is pretty much the second in command as far as the entire Twisted Metal franchise. When they formed Eat, Sleep, Play, that was a collaboration between David Jaffe and Scott Campbell. They're like number 1 and 2 for the Twisted Metal series. And this game was his big middle finger to the mainline Twisted Metal games after a big contract dispute. Unfortunately, it also ended up being a big middle finger to people playing Twisted Metal games because it's not fun. It's a real shame, because so much of this game is a waste of great assets, great ideas. In particular, the way that Turbo works is the best I've ever seen it in any car combat game. Our turbo meter is constantly regenerating. It is the same as our energy meter. So we have a lot of both to compensate for the fact that it's a shared pool. And it is constantly regenerating, and it regenerates very quickly. So as long as I'm not just constantly boosting everywhere, we will have plenty of turbo to do everything we need. And plenty of energy to, like, shield, use free shots. It's a fantastic system. And I don't know why none of the Twisted Metal games have stolen it from themselves, because, I mean, a lot of the people who worked on this game also worked on Twisted Metal games before and after this. I really don't understand why this is the only game that does turbo like this. The main reason I like this vehicle so much is our special is absolutely devastating. It deals so much damage, it's ridiculous. So, I do like to abuse it. Also, our special and most specials regenerate very quickly, so we'll get to use them very frequently. Hello, people in chat. Glad people are showing up and being really shocked at my choice of game this week. But I gotta switch things up after the marathon. I really burned a lot of Twisted Metal playthroughs all in one day. It was fun. But not really sustainable. So, only one person left. Where's she at? Our free shots home in pretty well. And we're all set. I almost died. There was a bunch of destructible crap that I could have shown off in this level, but I just wanted us out of here. And it already took 7 minutes. That would have been like 3 full playthroughs of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone song that I hate. I don't even hate the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, but I hate that song. It's so repetitive. So, it is a shame to shut down this Time Splitters 2 song, but we are going to hear the actual in-game music for the rest of this playthrough. It's true. Anyone who survived Carmageddon, this is a cakewalk. It is similarly edgy. Not nearly as violent, but the general tone of this game is way grosser than any Twisted Metal game that I can think of. On to Daddywood. We learned all about Big Daddy in the opening cutscene. And here's our soundtrack. Most of the rest of the songs in this game are original. It's an OST, and it's bad. Not all of it's bad, but the music in this level, I think, is quite bad. I hate the tourists because they run around in circles, and it's a real pain to actually pick them up in the first place. I got him. The AI has fantastic aim, and will have no real problem shooting me with premature ejectors, and then stealing the tourist.
Oh, nice.
And we cannot do that. For the first, 4 levels, we need to get all 6 of the photo ops ourselves, or we won't have enough lives to complete the game. Which is just horrible design. I hate the way this all works. Obviously, this also means we cannot afford to die at any point. Ever. Not until the later parts of the game. Okay, Meat Wagon stole the damn tourist and is trying to get the photo op. So needs to die. Technically, what I should do is use the ejector, and I'm actually going to do that. No, wait, no, I'm not. So we have the meteor. The meteor's a cool weapon. It homes in on the target from anywhere in the map. Fortunately, the target went and got healed. That's a pain. Die already. Typically, I don't use the ejectors. Even when the AI gets the tourist, I just murder the AI. And get back to what I need to do. I'm also going to use save states excessively throughout this playthrough. Because, like I said, we cannot afford to die. So if anything goes awry, we will lose a tremendous amount of time. Unless I use save states to cheat. And a single campaign through this game is extremely long. To top it all off. Like, bizarrely long. Most Twisted Metal games have 8 levels. This game has 10 levels and 2 bonus levels and 3 boss fights. It just never ends. It keeps going and going and going. Just an extremely long, over-designed playthrough. So many bizarre choices in the development of this game. But I'll try and focus on the positive. Because I do like a lot of the choices made. It's just that the bad ones are atrocious. Just shockingly bad. Really wrecked the whole game. The graphics are pretty good. This is 1998, I believe? Yeah, same year as Twisted Metal 3. Same day as Twisted Metal 3. This game came out. They both came out on Halloween, 2003. I really gotta use my special here, because it is worth more than basically the entire rest of my inventory combined. It's very short range. It's still super worth it. Not sure why my shot didn't lock on properly, but there we go. Another one dead. My HP is dwindling a little bit, but I would prefer not to heal up if I can prevent it. There's a weapon upgrade system, which is kind of similar to the upgrade system in Twisted Metal Head-On, but way worse. Because you can only upgrade one use of a weapon for $1,000. Now the next time I fire these blasters, they will deal like double damage. That's it. So obviously I need to guarantee that this blaster's gonna hit. Blasters are essentially power missiles. And I totally whiffed it. Whatever. It was $1,000 shot. Yeah, they're basically power missiles. These stalkers, they're called. They're like homing missiles, but so too are the Hornets. Which is kind of pointless. Prowlers are manually aimed, which means they are totally useless for the player, and the AI can use them to cheat. Stalkers are much worse at homing than the Hornets are, so I should probably avoid using them. But we have limited inventory space, and we do keep our inventory between levels. Another reason we can never die. My free shot. Not homing properly. Love that for me. Enemy AI is super bizarre. But for the record, this is one of very few games that uses the Twisted Metal 2/1 engine. Particularly Twisted Metal 2. But it's the same engine, just refined significantly. Now, at this point, when there's no more photo ops, getting the Taurus knocked out is actually a good thing. Because after a while, the Taurus stops paying you. But if you knock them out of your car and then pick them back up, they will start paying you again. See? He's paying me. Whereas if he had not been knocked out, he would have just stopped giving me money. And that's not acceptable. Always tip your driver. Especially when your driver is a murderous superhero. An anti-hero. In suspenders. So we got decent money. It only took 10 minutes, but we got an extra life. The primary purpose of this game is killing all the enemies. That is the win condition, clearly. But you won't be able to kill all the enemies if you do not get the photo ops, because you'll run out of lives. So this level has a very good song, in my opinion.
What's going on?
It's an original rap song about Big Daddy, with vocals by Big Daddy. So it's got a lot of in-game specifics. And it's not funny, nor is it like an especially well-written song, but it's still cool. We do not need to make physical contact with our victims when using our special, which is good, because I typically don't. You just need to be close to them, and the saw blades will just sort of shred them. Somehow. Psychically destroying the chassis of their vehicle. There's La Casablanca with a sexy doll up on top of it. We could blow her up if we wanted. She's a destructible. And this game's destructibles are really impressive. Like, you can blow up that blimp there. But I'd have to use a Prowler missile to do that. And I would probably take a ton of damage, because your vehicle is just sort of sitting there while you're navigating the Prowler missiles. Which sucks. Not worth it. Do that, Hindenburg. If anyone gets in my way, I'll shoot them.
Thought it was bigger.
But they're pretty much just letting me run around and get my photo ops. I got stuck on the healing thing. This game's as dystopian as Carmageddon. Because Carmageddon's premise, I think, is basically the same. Where you're in a world that is, like, obsessed with violence because it's post-apocalyptic. So human life has no value whatsoever, so might as well just run it the hell over. And get paid for it. So it's just grim, miserable. And gleefully sadistic about it. Something about this game is just more fun.
What's going on?
With that whole really unpleasant premise. I don't get why vehicles swerve around the way they do, but I'll get used to it. For being in the Twisted Metal 2 engine, vehicles behave a lot more like Twisted Metal 3, quite honestly. Which is not a compliment. The AI in Twisted Metal 3 is bad. See, he wasn't even anywhere near the healing archway, but got a free heal. It wasn't free. He did have to spend money. But who cares? Because he's the AI and he essentially has infinite money. Now, we should have to fight a boss once we're out of here. Which kind of sucks. But we're gonna have to fight that boss one way or another. I am absolutely going to save state before the boss, or after the boss shows up. It probably will show up after I've killed 3 of these enemies. Ugh. Enemies which will definitely abuse the ability to shield. That's the annoying thing. The shield lasts for basically the entire duration of our special. So anytime we get the perfect opportunity to use our special to absolutely destroy somebody, they're just gonna pop a shield. And take no damage whatsoever. Oh, you're still alive. Ozoned. For some reason, this guy is just firing his special in random directions. Okay. No boss. So the boss can spawn either in this level or in the next one. It is completely random whether or not that is the case. I kind of prefer it would spawn in this level. Ultimately, it's going to be a nightmare regardless. The next level, by the way, is especially good. Oh, and the level progression is suspiciously similar to that of Twisted Metal 3, suggesting that this game was made on the same blueprint that Twisted Metal 3 was also made on, based on the work that had been done before Single Track got fired from working with Sony. Because in Twisted Metal 3, you go from LA to Washington, D.C., and in this game, you do exactly the same thing at the beginning of the game. Best to get the tourist right at the beginning of the level because they don't start running around until about 20 to 30 seconds after the level starts. And they're way easier to grab before they start running around. So this is Area 51, which is the 3rd level in Twisted Metal 3. Getting suspicious at this point. I think it's definitely not a coincidence that this game and Twisted Metal 3 have the same first 3 levels. Now we have to go to the moon. The moon, famously a part of Area 51 in Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of a shame that there are photo ops up here. It's possible to get lucky and have none of the photo ops spawn on the moon. Makes the photo op grinding thing a whole lot easier.
Oh, nice.
Here's our remote bombs. It's the hilarious barrel of dynamite. School bus had me pinned down pretty bad. I have to go to the moon again. I'm getting very bad luck. Could be worse, though. The AI has not been especially aggressive. We haven't had a lot of trouble getting the photo ops. And about the halfway point of the game, I won't bother with the photo ops anymore. I'll just use save state abuse. There's the building we blew up, the hotel, called the Ailey Inn. For any tourists going to Area 51. The gravity is turned way down on the moon, which is super irritating. And I think this is the final photo op. There we go. This was the first Twisted Metal game to use saves. And they're very poorly implemented. Although we did learn that the PC versions of Twisted Metal 1 and 2, which were released well before this, also had saves. And they were implemented in basically the same way. You would save the number of lives and basically all the progress you had made throughout the whole game up to that point. Here's the school bus driven by a horny dominatrix nun. Unsurprisingly, Carmageddon also has an inappropriately over-sexualized character. I don't think she's the nun, though. The first Carmageddon was actually released between the release of Twisted Metal 2 and Rogue Trip here. So it's possible the general tone of this game was actually directly inspired by Carmageddon. I never considered that possibility before, but I'd never played Carmageddon until like a week ago. So I did not have the means to consider it. The boss is spawned in. The boss is a huge pain. We will certainly see why, because I need to get really close to the boss to use my special, and that is a death sentence. But first, let's chop up the wiener. And the nun. Oh, the nun's already dead. This is the hillbilly lady who fires chickens everywhere. A full heal costs $10,000. And I've had to buy at least one already this level, and I need to buy another one. So I basically spent an entire life worth of money. Okay, now to fight the boss. You've seen it's got the gigantic roller, it's got tons of HP. But if it touches us, we are instantly flattened. Just, it has a permanent, always active special, which flattens you even if you're shielded. Like right there. I didn't take damage, but I did get flattened. I couldn't do anything for a little while. This makes our special basically useless because we can't afford to get close to the boss. And, yeah. Fighting this guy sucks. It seems like this is the place to have fought him, though. Nope, he killed me. Fortunately, I put in a safe state here. Because, like I said, we absolutely cannot afford to die. Not for a long time. Deaths are literally too expensive that we actually cannot afford them. And we're never safe from this boss. Maybe I should focus on the boss. Or maybe not. Maybe there's no right answer. I suspect there's no right answer. Yeah. The boss is just comboing me to oblivion. Because he doesn't have to do anything to wreck my life. Yeah, he killed me. Effortlessly. So annoying. But I knew this would be a problem. There are some vehicles that are not this susceptible to this boss. We just happen to be abnormally weak against this roller guy. But that is certainly a design choice that was made to give it the ability to crush you whenever he wants. Oh, and answering a question that was asked in chat quite a while ago, I already did Vigilante 8. Only one playthrough, which is certainly not thorough, but nonetheless, it has been done. You can check it out on YouTube. And there's a good chance I'm not done with Vigilante 8, we'll say. I don't know what specifically I plan on doing, but it's probably something. Blasters would be great right about now. Nope. Not great enough. So this boss is a nightmare. Can you imagine how absolutely unbearable this would be if I weren't abusing save states? Because of each of these deaths, I would have had to go through, get every single photo op again. This game is a nightmare to casually play through. I've already performed so badly, I kind of need to go through from scratch. I almost killed the boss. I didn't have any weapons with homing. Otherwise, I would have killed the boss there. And that would have put us in a pretty good state. But yeah, this boss sucks. Oh, I should not be using my homing weapons. We'll need those just to finish it off once it's down into red health. Because clearly I can't afford to get near it. Oh, it's shielded! Oh. Ugh. Hate this boss. But all the bosses are going to be like this. The second boss isn't as bad. It's kind of amazing how well we did the first time the boss showed up, in retrospect. Okay, hot dog's down. The hillbilly's over here. This game suffers from a lack of consistent theming. It's very unclear why these specific characters sort of exist in the same world. Like, a superhero is what I'm playing as. But anyone can show up and it just doesn't matter. This game aggressively does not matter. Why is she not dead? That was legitimately super weird. She should have died like 4 times over. And I don't know why she didn't. But the hitbox on our special is nonsensical. Shields actually last for a very, very long time. And it is very, very annoying because the AI abuses them. I think the Weinermobile went to space? Looks like it. Don't know why he opted to do that. Oh, of course, you're immune to the stun. Glorious. Why wouldn't you be? Thank you so much, Desidue. Indeed, everything I make for the next, like, 5 months goes towards moving funds, so... definitely need all the support I can get while I'm doing this particular playthrough. And while I'm doing basically everything. Like, even my day job. Every cent that I make going towards the moving fund. Oh, there, I hit the tourist so hard that he didn't enter my vehicle. He just sort of rolled around on the ground for a while. Okay. Tailgating the boss. Did eventually get me flattened. But he took a ridiculous amount of damage in the meantime. He's about to die. He died. It's a miracle. Come on. With the shield here. Haven't you done enough, hot dog? Yeah, we're closing in on 2/3 of the way to my goal for the GoFundMe. But unfortunately, the GoFundMe is like a bare minimum. So, any support there, tremendously appreciated. If anyone feels like giving a, you know, moderately sized, generous donation during this stream, we can do like a bonus, like, level during the bonus content, if you want. For like 20 bucks, let's say, to the GoFundMe. Name a level and a character, and I will do that during today's stream. But for now, we'll focus on the pertinent business because we finally beat that level. We won't have to worry about any bosses for a little while. And hooray, a bonus! We get to go to Funtopia. By get to, I mean we have to. This is our first bonus. And, yeah. I'm just gonna disable the frame limiter and run this at super fast speed. That is exclusively to get you some bonus cash. And it gets you like a couple $1,000 if you do it perfectly. Otherwise, it's just a waste of 2 minutes of your life. Get that the hell out of here. It also features a licensed song, but it's such an obscure licensed song that it's never got me copyright claimed. Probably better to be safe and just fast forward it so you can't hear what the licensed song is anyway. Alright. I did just lose a photo op, and I do have a save state, so I could go back and get that photo op. I'm gonna risk it because we've gotten every photo op in the game up to this point. Ugh. I'm regretting it. Stop trying to heal. After we free the tourist, we need to wait for them to land before we can pick them up. And it took so long that a different vehicle grabbed it. So now we need to kill them. Why are you going and healing right now? So annoying. Berman is a very offensive homophobic stereotype. Which is, of all the things I dislike about this game, the thing I dislike the most. But we don't have to worry about that character very much. At the very least. Another thing I could do, and I'll do it a little bit, is we could save scum the slot machine. This level has a slot machine because it's clearly based on Las Vegas. And using save states, we can actually use the slot machine without being totally screwed over. Which is a rare opportunity. Certainly not what the game intended. This guy is ridiculously aggressive right now. And our hitboxes sort of fused together. So I couldn't leave that area. I haven't purchased an extra life in a while. So I only have 4. You start with 2 for free. One more photo op. And then I'll save scum the slot machine a little bit. Probably get nothing out of it.
Not impressed.
There. We're free of the tourist at least. Couldn't quite make it over the edge. Which seems to be RNG. I don't know why, but sometimes you can just boost your way over here. No problem, like that. Sometimes you can't. There's the slot machine. So I've save stated. It costs like a few $100 to use it. We got some amount of money. I believe 3 bombs causes you to lose all of the money that you have. Or maybe it's... Nope, 3 Big Daddies appears to be a jackpot. I think I just made $10,000. But I've got nothing but bombs and Big Daddies. That's super weird. I meant you could, if you wanted to, contribute to the GoFundMe and name a Twisted Metal level to play with a character of your choice to make up for the fact that we're playing this game right now. But whatever you're into, quite frankly, I am not going to disregard any act of generosity. I can't afford to. Not that I would, even if I could afford to. Due to how immensely I appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. I thought it was up to like 46K. I feel like I should lose it. Like, show off what happens when you actually lose the slot machine. But it does wipe out your entire inventory, so it's not worth it. School bus is trying to heal, and indeed has done so. Or didn't quite make it. Actually lucked out there. Overall, this level's going smoothly. And we're at about the point where I'm not going to worry about photo ops anymore. Yeah, we're going to buy an extra life after this. I'll do some photo ops in the next level. No, I can't afford an extra life anymore. Tragically. We'll do some photo ops next level so that I can afford to heal, because heals cost money. Are you still alive? Homing shots don't really work consistently in this game, which is super weird. But there we go. This level wasn't especially excruciating. Only 7 minutes. Ugh. These levels can go way faster. Most of them can be done in like 3 to 5 minutes. Particularly the early levels. But hey, another boss. 2 boss levels in a row. But the last boss we fought could have showed up in the Washington, D.C. level as well. So it is mere random chance that we ended up with 2 boss levels in a row. So this is Nightshade. Behaving very bizarrely. Hello, Wavy Chew. Thank you for showing up for this weird nonsense that I insist on doing. And it's probably for the best that we're doing this instead of another Twisted Metal game. It's not, like, entirely excruciating. It will be when I have to reload a save state in the middle of this boss. Now the boss is like a living saw blade, so I can't get near it, or it'll kill me. And it fires blaster missiles all over the place, which, as noted, are this game's equivalent of power missiles. That's awesome. You would close a Twisted Metal marathon with this game. But I do think this is an essential part of the Twisted Metal experience. So if anyone hasn't seen this game before, I'm definitely doing them a favor. Not a favor I intend to repeat frequently. Once this Nightshade loses her tank treads, she becomes way more dangerous. Another big contribution from Desidue to the GoFundMe. Tremendously appreciated. I will check that out once this game is wrapped up. And Mr. Grimm in downtown, when we get to Twisted Metal Black, gladly consider it done. At least that boss fight is fast. And save state abuse got us through it safely. So yeah, this would be unbearable to play through legitimately. And it's about to get way worse. Eternal Acres is the worst level in any car combat game ever. Just without exaggeration, no hyperbole.
All right, let's go.
This is a miserable level. Not even for any interesting reason, it's just gargantuan. And it's covered with hills. And the hills prevent all of your homing from, like, working.
All right, let's go.
All of our homing shots are going to fly into the side of hills while the enemies drive over the hills. It's just really, really bad geometry. And way too much blank, empty space. Like, the whole premise of this game is that we're seeing the sights. And there are no sights in this level. There's nothing. It's just an endless sea of green. This level is so bad. So unbelievably bad. Never been able to figure out how it even got into the game. Who wanted this?
Thought it was bigger.
Because it was designed by people who designed good Twisted Metal levels. This game's creative team is entirely people who worked in Twisted Metal games. They all know what makes a good car combat level. And it ain't this.
All right, let's go.
It excruciatingly is not this. Guess I'm gonna get all the photo ops. Anything to avoid doing the combat. Because killing the enemies is going to be very difficult.
Thought it was bigger.
There's a weird hissing sound. I believe that is the sound that Ozone makes. I don't know if Ozone is even the name of the vehicle. But that guy, right there, the shell truck, with the special that sprays gasoline all over your car. And then the next shot that hits you while your car is covered with gasoline feels like triple damage.
All right, let's go.
All right. Pyro, thank you, Evie. Been a long time since I played this game intentionally. But I did do a full, very thorough Let's Play. And then, of course, I've had to devote all of my brain energy. More pressing matters. And lost all the useless trivia that was up there. Well, we killed one enemy. 6 more to go. This level has so many enemies, too. Way more than any previous level. Well, I think one more than any previous level, but it's still too many. Actually nailed a free shot. Our special is really good for getting through this. However, I took a lot of damage, and getting to the healing archway is not very easy. I made it, but so too did Vermin. Where you at, Vermin? Vermin is also a name that was used in Twisted Metal 2012. Probably an intentional reference back to this game. Just like Meat Wagon. That's right, there is a vehicle called Ozone. It's the ambulance. We can actually cook the special. Like right now I have the special ready to go, but it's not being fired. There's no damage aura around my car. And as soon as I release the attack button, that's when I'll start using the special. Like this. So you can use that to carefully time when you use that special to attack people. Which is a good design choice. Once again. This level is also so oversized that it wrecks the otherwise fantastic decision to have Turbo be a constantly regenerating resource. Because this level's too big and you need to use Turbo constantly. And you run out of Turbo. Granted, this would also be a problem if Turbo pickups were still a thing in this game. As they are in Twisted Metal. I really can't overstate how great a decision it is that Turbo is a constantly regenerating resource. So right there, as soon as I crested the hill, I just sort of kept going into the sky, causing me to not be able to KO the hot dog. The hot dog is out of money, though, so it can't heal ever again. Now I just need to finally kill it. But it's not going to let me finally kill it, it's just going to keep going over the hill. I can use meteors to get guaranteed hits on the hot dog. But I ran out of meteor shots before I killed the hot dog. There. No more hot dog, 4 enemies left. We're gonna have to spend so much more time here. Okay, this is going surprisingly well. And then it stopped going well, but... There we go. Yeah, stun combo demonstrating how it's impossible for Lock-On to keep track of enemies as they go over hills. It's moving in the third dimension that causes Lock-Ons to break and not hit their targets. And everything's constantly moving in the third dimension because hills everywhere. Probably should have cooked my special there. Waited for a better time to attack. But as noted, specials regenerate very frequently. Hey, for some reason I accidentally was using remote bombs. Probably my own fault.
All right, let's go.
But whatever. Nothing matters in this level. There's no way to speed it up. Or have any fun. This level's just ridiculously bad. A tragedy of game design. Even if the whole tourist thing wasn't in this game, which is otherwise the thing that ruins the entirety of the game. I guess I need to go for a heal now. Another 10,000 down the drain. Even if the tourist wasn't in the game, it would still have this level. So it would still be a just severely flawed game. I legitimately cannot hit Biohazard to save my life right now. Because he's constantly moving in the third dimension. Okay, he's about to die. He finally died. It feels like there should be a way to get through this level way faster, but it's just so hard to get to enemies in an expedient manner that I don't know what that way would be. And then if you do manage to get to them, what are you gonna do? You can't accurately hit them. So there we go, 10.5 minutes. I believe that's the longest we spent in a single level. And our worst hit percentage ratio. And everything. But we're out of there. The next few levels are pretty good, in my opinion. They're not fantastic. They certainly don't make up for Eternal Acres, which sounds like it was named specifically because they knew you'd be stuck there for your entire life. And they made it a graveyard because they knew you'd want to die. Maybe. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Not sure where she's going. She's going to the photo op, eventually. Now it's my photo op. I started talking about this earlier. When you knock someone out of a vehicle, they need to parachute back down to the ground. And you need to stay in that area for a long time, while the enemies can still freely attack you. Which is, you guessed it, super annoying. So let's go to Weenie World. That's the SeaWorld equivalent here. And get the killer whale. Who pushed me out of the tank. And I can't seem to get the remote bomb. You need the remote bomb in order to kill Weenie. Which is too bad, because it's one of the best destructibles in any car combat game. There we go. Gotcha. And he goes flipping into the ocean. We freed Weenie. Delightful. And iconic. A thing that lives on in 1,000 parodies. Basically every show that was on in the 90s did a Free Willy parody. And most of those parodies have to be incomprehensible today, because no one has seen the movie Free Willy in the last, like, decade. Rightfully so. Well, I should be using my special. I should always be using my special. It's very good. It's why I like this vehicle so much. It's also a cool looking vehicle, for what that's worth. So I haven't bought a life in a long time. I still can't afford to buy any lives, and I need to keep buying health refills. As long as this playthrough has been, it would be way longer if I wasn't using Intruder. Because our special can kill enemies ridiculously fast. There's the porn star banner, which is another reference that is lost to time. That is an actual endorsement. Porn star was a clothing brand, ironically. It is not an advertisement for the concept of porn stars. But with this game's sense of humor, they would do that, so you do need to clarify that that is not what they were going for. And here's Elvis. That's another thing. If, like, aliens are involved, they gotta have Elvis. Because it was rumored in the 90s that Elvis had gone to space. And, you know, I'm just gonna take that death. I didn't have very much money. And we're so close to the end of the level. I shouldn't do it. Because, you really can't afford to lose that many resources, but screw it. Ah yes, Connor Rose, you did miss Eternal Acres. Best level in this or any game. Oh, and Desidue stepped out. It is a shame that he's gonna miss the level that he paid for. But as a reminder, if anyone else wants to pay for a level, adequate donations at the following link will get you there. Name any Twisted Metal level with any character. I will oblige. After we complete this run. This game keeps going because it has 10 levels, 3 bosses, 2 bonus levels. It's a ridiculously long campaign. But these later levels are less involved. And of course, I am not as concerned with getting the photo ops, which are another big time waster. Pyro's dead. Very quickly. Pyro is like a gigantic, impressive tank of a vehicle. And its armor stat is terrible. Pyro is actually a garbage vehicle. Maybe the worst vehicle in the game. It's weird how imbalanced it is. But it seems like it must be intentional. I'm getting wrecked right now. Someone's dropping a bunch of meteors on me. I guess because I have the tourist. And now I need to go for photo ops because I have no money. Ooh, if you fly over the edge, you do die instantly. You can blow up the bridges, but it requires upgraded remote bombs. I showed how upgrades work earlier in the game. They cost $1,000 a piece. So never ever use upgrades. I am playing it way too fast and loose with these instant death pits. Kinda surprised I haven't hurled myself into the abyss yet. And I should be dead. Everything I've done so far has been maintaining my current health pool. Which is one of the big frustrating things about this game. Is that it's all about earning money. And you have to spend that money in order to earn it. I always liken it to being an Uber driver simulator. And it is every bit as torturous and unpleasant. I'd almost call it exploitative, but I'm the one choosing to play the game, so. I could just turn it off. I really don't get why they decided to make the game this unpleasant, though. Like, I know why the humor is so unpleasant. I don't get why the gameplay design is so unpleasant. It's a damn shame. Because I do think fundamentally this is a rock-solid car combat game.
Not impressed.
Just a big veneer of trash smeared all over it. Trying to keep my language relatively mild. In case YouTube starts banning videos the way they have been. I mean, eventually, all videos with profanity will probably be age-restricted on YouTube. Until they decide to backtrack on that idea. But knowing them, they're going to spend months implementing it, and then backtrack on it. Okay, I can't afford to lose that life. That is simply too important. And I haven't collected very much money yet, so I didn't even collect very much money when I was grinding money in the early segments of the game. So we don't have very many lives. Honestly, we're in a terrible spot. But I was doing the Let's Play, and I was better at this game. But I was on these later levels. I had at least 5 lives in reserve. Right now, I don't. I do need to have a bunch of lives for the final boss. So the whole way lives are implemented is a terrible system. That basically makes it so that you can't ever die. But you still need to grind money even if you never die. Because healing costs money. Use the geyser to jump way higher. Get to this upper level more quickly. Nearly hurl myself over the edge. It's way worse when you're not playing on emulator, which is what I did for the Let's Play. Played it on an actual console. So no save states. You do still get to save between every level, but the load times are really bad. And you gotta go through like 4 load times every time you get a death that you cannot accept. Also, every time you want to do a successful level, you need to go through like 4 load screens.
To action!
3 more photo ops. I'm not gonna worry about those. I'm gonna do the combat now. There's Pyro again. It's always a good thing to see him. Not sure why he's able to afford a heal, but it didn't help him. Just delayed the inevitable. Pyro being just a big victim.
To action safety!
Just wait out the shield, and then immediately ozone explodes.
Ow!
because our machine gun is actually pretty effective in this game. It does overheat, but when it overheats, it doesn't stop firing. It fires more slowly, which is also a good system. Because you do get to keep using it indefinitely. But you're still incentivized not to use it constantly. Which is a good choice for the player as well, because you don't want to be holding that button while you're playing the game the entire time. There's also machine gun upgrades. I think I've gotten one of them. They make the next handful of shots you fire deal a lot more damage. There we go, this level's over. Didn't get a lot of photo ops, but I also spent all of my money on health recovery. So we're in a really bad spot. And I believe this is the second to last level of the game. There is another bonus level, and that bonus level will actually give us a lot of money. So even though this is the second to last level of the game, there are still like 3 levels left. And a boss fight. Our special just destroyed Biohazard, who has pretty good armor. So I had to explain the name of this level when I did the Let's Play. It is a reference to Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. Hence Quakeroni. And San Francisco is also on a fault line, so it is prone to a lot of earthquakes. So, Quakeroni. Gotta remember your 90s commercial jingles if you want to know what the hell is going on. Hammer had a real hard time there. Oh, this guy's got the tourist. It's kind of lucky, so I'm about to kill him. So I'll take that alien. The tourist is, if you haven't noticed, randomly assigned out of a pool of 4 possible tourists. None of them particularly interesting. I guess the alien is moderately interesting. But the old lady and the dude, just a random guy, they aren't especially interesting. There's a long string of levels that take place in California specifically, towards the end of the game, and also at the beginning of the game. It's a very California-heavy game. But Yellowstone and SoCal, which is just Southern California, doesn't have a lot of Southern California landmarks to it. Spent all my money again. This guy is driving Sidewinder, which is this game's Mr. Grimm, believe it or not. His special is a bundle of dynamite taped to a giant novelty arrow. And it actually does tremendous damage, but it has no homing. So I like it quite a bit. It still does not compare to this, the Death Saw. It's slightly easier to use than the Death Saw, though. Got another one. 3 enemies left. I should go for more photo ops because I have less than $1,000 to my name. But it's basically impossible to buy another life at this point. I'm really just maintaining my ability to heal. Speaking of which, I gotta go buy a full heal. With all the money I just made, and that was the last photo op. It's so unsatisfying to have to work so hard to get all this money, and then just spend it on nothing. But realistic. That is life. Cost of living is through the roof here in the post-apocalypse. I don't like my video games to be this grimly realistic. In an aggressively unfun way. While also trying to be funny and cutesy about it. I can't afford to heal again. And there are 2 enemies left and I have no HP. So I'm just screwed. What the hell? So I gotta start from scratch. Love it. And I'm out of specials. I'm out of everything. I should not have accepted that death. Dying once has screwed over my entire run. And even with save state abuse, I can't really make it back up.
Must get to safety.
Because even, like, playing well really doesn't help you out. Right there, I was frozen. They froze me twice in a row, and I took more than an entire HP bar worth of damage. So, I couldn't really do anything about that. The entire implementation of money is fundamentally bad design. I don't think I can stop Sidewinder from getting the photo op here. Maybe. Nah. Not worth it. Once he's gotten a photo op, he can heal back to full. Hey! Thank you for the subscription. Keeping me going. Well, we are stuck in Quakeroni. A level that absolutely will not end. We're only getting further from success. I can't move. I literally can't move. This game is brutal. So, back at it. We were so close to victory. Died right at the very end. Because my resources just kept dwindling. There's no way to make them back. There are finite resources in every level. Okay, someone got the tourist. Biohazard. Biohazard can be killed pretty easily, but he's right next to the photo op already. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna go ahead with this. I regret this already. I made a terrible decision. I have literally no money. Yeah, I can't maintain that. There's definitely a destructible secret area in this level, which allows you to look at Alcatraz, but you can't go there.
Ow! To action!
It's a cute little Easter egg. It's extremely difficult to get to. We need to blow up one of the buildings, which, again, requires upgraded remote bombs. That building there, which looks like it's hanging on by a thread, it is. Drop an upgraded remote bomb on there. It falls over and reveals a secret path.
To action!
I don't even have a regular remote bomb right now. So I'm quite unable to get in there. There's a handful of hiccups when you get in there. Nothing especially good. None of the pickups in this game are especially good, though. Nor are they, like, ridiculously bad. It's not like Twisted Metal 3 and 4, where most of the weapons are totally worthless. I'd say basically all the weapons in this game are usable. Trending towards good. That's the cash suck combo, that green laser.
Oh, nice.
It's like the taser from Outlaw in the Twisted Metal series. But instead of dealing damage, it steals money. Not very much money, though. Which makes it useless to use yourself. Not entirely useless. But I don't consider it worth my time to use it. God, I hate this game. Right next to the full heal. Full heal. There is no full heal. So... accidentally went to the save menu. I don't want to do that. I want to cheat. This level's going so horrifically badly. It's not even that hard. It is pretty hard. This is an abnormally hard level. But not ridiculously hard or anything. But I'm going to use save states aggressively and excessively as soon as I am able. But I need to make, like, legitimate progress before I do any such thing. The only way I'm going to make progress is if I get a photo op. 2 photo ops, really. Because I have no HP. Something I haven't mentioned is that in order to use a energy move, like a shield or a free shot, any of those, you need to hold triangle while inputting the directional combo. God. They will not let me heal. They are camping the healing arch. But yeah, you gotta hold triangle while inputting the directional combo, which is an unnecessary additional input for all energy moves. And I already complained about how many inputs there are in all energy moves. But it seems like this was part of the inspiration for the way energy moves work in Twisted Metal Lost, which is you hold triangle and you press a single input. Which is a great system. There. Now we should have the tourist, and none of the other mercenaries are near me. We still don't have the tourist. And, you do. So, yeah, this game's pretty annoying. If you haven't noticed. Let's see if I can get this tourist. I can't even move. Because this level is... It's got hills. We talked about it in Eternal Acres. Hills make for an unpleasant gameplay experience, and I have no resources. They basically took the worst thing about Twisted Metal 2 and made it an entire game. Which is that it is entirely possible to start off a level with inadequate resources to beat that level. They made it so you can have inadequate resources to beat the entire rest of the game. Which was certainly a choice. A great choice. That everyone loves. There we go. Get a shield going for safety. Avoiding enemies like a pro. All of the enemies were over here, so I'm not avoiding them anymore. All the vehicles in this level have a visible pickup floating above them. And you do need to jump over the vehicle in order to get that pickup. If you destroy the vehicle, the pickup is also destroyed. Which is weird. Doing well so far. Should definitely go for a heal. But the photo op is along the way. So I'll get that first. What could go wrong? And another photo op. Right over there. Do I have to open up the secret area to get that? Yeah, I think that photo op is in the secret area. So that's weird. Pausing so that I can safely save state. Because I have made a lot of progress already. And there's the shield. Didn't save him. Certainly drag things out, and it's going to drag things out for probably every enemy I have to fight in this level. Actually, I could kill the hot dog here, if I could pin it down. It seems like no one will be able to get to that photo op, so it doesn't matter what the tourist is doing. But with the shield up, I do gotta get the hell out of there. So the school bus will just stand there and hammer me with infinite ammunition, as the AI can always do in all car combat games, forever. This is worthy of saving it. The Weinermobile is indeed called Meat Wagon. Pretty good name. Excellent vehicle. More car combat games need a Weinermobile. Irrefutably. And the way the special works is pretty cool too. It's like a big melee stomp. I haven't used the flamethrower yet. The Scorcher, it's called. And that's why. It's terrible. And there goes all my money. I'll miss it. So the meteor that I was trying to use to kill Elvis accidentally blew up the building, which opens up the secret area, I think. Oh my god, Elvis, stop shielding. Thank you. There's the secret area. Vermin used it to get a photo op. But whatever. Unfortunately, that did allow Vermin to purchase another full heal. And so he's got full HP. We can deal with that quickly, though. It seemed like he was going for a weapon upgrade. I'm pretty sure the AI is not allowed to purchase weapon upgrades. But he did go for the weapon upgrade thing. And then just sort of leave. It's not like there was a photo op over there, so I don't know what else he would have been doing. You can't possibly be going for another heal. And that's exactly what he was doing, but it's still impossible. My brain cannot comprehend it, so therefore it must be impossible. Finally, another one dead. Ozone should be out of money, so it doesn't matter. He's dead. Disgusting. That was the longest 5.5 minutes of anyone's life. But there we go. Yep. As noted, this game has a lot of things that would be referenced and reused in especially Twisted Metal 2012, because that seems to be the game that Scott Campbell had the most creative impact on, for better and worse, and Scott Campbell is the director of this game. So the Gulch is the second bonus level. What this is like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon, but it's actually car combat. The point of this level, kill all the opponents. And I believe our inventory is reset at the end of this. Falling over the edge is lethal, so ought not do that. Ah, never mind. Even though this is a bonus level, and it ends as soon as we die, we do want to kill all the enemies here, because it is worth quite a bit of money. So, let's kill all the enemies. They won't go for heals. There's no tourist. They accidentally put a car combat level in this car combat game. Legitimately, I like this level. It's overly hectic. It shows the shortcomings of the AI design. But overall, I like it. Now to get stuck here for another half hour and hate it. Got another kill. Pretty sure, at least, that the AI won't shield or heal themselves. fairly confident we get a big cash bonus if we kill everybody. We better. I need it, and I deserve it. Okay, the AI will definitely try to heal. But it doesn't matter. Over the edge with you. Ah. Dropping mines is annoying. Because the knockback on mines is absurd. There we go. Everyone's good and dead. Yeah, 5,000 and then... Yeah, it seems to be a cash bonus of 10k. We somehow missed out on 5,000, and it might have been because I pushed one of the enemies over the edge. It might not have added to the cash prize. But regardless. Oh, that's the save screen again. Don't want anything to do with that. Save state. As we go to Nuke York, the final level. Saying anything is almost here is unfortunately not true. Because this level is going to take a very long time. Even though I said I was going to ignore photo ops, unfortunately I do have to do a lot of photo ops for the entire rest of the game. Because I simply didn't get a lot of resources in the beginning. And then I accepted one death. It's all been catastrophic ever since. Well, we are near the end. Sort of. Relatively near the end. Gotta get every single photo op. I mean, these are the last photo ops in the game. And after I get them, I'm gonna save state. And then we'll never have to do photo ops again. Unless I choose to play this game again, but that's unlikely. I'm really only doing this because I did the marathon. Needed some more variety this month. There will be one last opportunity to buy extra lives. Now, 3 extra lives should be enough to kill the final boss. But I do feel like we need a lot of lives in order to even fight the final boss. Still 2 photo ops left. And my weapons are full. Should start using meteors anytime I get someone in my sights. Because they will hit from a great distance away. Oh, the last photo op. It's right over here. Looking at nothing in particular. Just a broken bridge. So photo ops are done. Not thrilled with the state I'm in, but I will accept it. Save state, no more photo ops ever again. We're free. It would have been hilarious if I'd been killed as soon as I unpaused. Meaning my save state would be useless. And basically, the entire rest of the run would be screwed. Hilarious, that would have been. The definition of comedy. Play a game for 2 hours and then render it unwinnable right at the very end. almost killed the school bus in one go. Pyro's saving her. Not for very long, though. I think Pyro's got the tourist. Yep, there we go. Popped up on the status bar. Doesn't matter, because I have all the photo ops. Gotta buy another heal, because there's still 2 enemies left, and that is quite a few. I'll buy the alien. Well, take the alien and actually receive money for having it. I almost don't want to buy an additional life at the end of this. I probably won't make it to 30k, but it would be a little bit unfortunate if I did. As the 30k will be more useful than the extra life during the final boss fight, which is coming right up in just a second here. Yep, right about now. That was suspiciously fast. Because the final boss is almost here. Of course, it's gotta be Big Daddy himself. And a Big Mac. Should have plenty of resources to just sort of brute force it. The presentation is very cinematic. As they bring down Big Daddy. He descends from the sky, ready to kill ya. This is also the first car combat game where jump is performed by hitting both weapon switch buttons at the same time. So both of the bumpers. That's what gets you to jump. Which has been reused in Twisted Metal Black and basically ever since. And it is the best possible input for a vehicle jump. This is why I've been stockpiling lives. So that I could just get killed by the boss. I can't buy heals anymore. But with 2 extra lives in stock, I think we'll be okay. Can't guarantee it, though. Because those extra lives are kind of useless. But look at that. We got a Big Daddy sprite in the cockpit. Just hanging out. And then, Big Daddy himself. Lying around. I only have ejector shots, which are not very helpful. He has almost no HP left. We are all set. I'll machine gun him to death. I mean, he looks like a Chicago 50s gangster. I guess 30s is when the Chicago gangster stereotype was established. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this guy in Yeah See, starring Jimmy Cagney. Where's he at? See, I didn't even need him in my sights, because I have a Prowler here. I'm planning to use the Prowler to finish him off. Well, with only 1 life left, I can't be too picky with how I kill him. Keep the meteors, because the meteors will take him out no problem. But here we go, Prowlers. If you upgrade the Prowler, then your vehicle will be shielded for the entire duration. But there we go, he's dead. He explodes and floats into the sky. And then we get our extremely hard-earned ending through this extremely long campaign. Big Daddy gets blasted to the moon, and then...
All right. You beat Big
behalf of the Amalgamated Association of Auto Mercenaries, I'd like to present you with this cheesy little trophy. It may not seem like much, but if you look close, you'll see the real reward.
Well worth it. So that ending cutscene is identical for every single character in the game, except they changed the line that plays during the brief moment where your character is on screen. The guy has a different line for each individual character in the game. But otherwise, the ending is identical. You get a trophy, and the trophy has a cheat code on the bottom of it. Look at all these familiar names. Well known for doing hard work that I love. And I hate all the hard work that they did here. Clearly, they did do a lot of hard work. Visually, this is a well-designed game. Some of the ideas are great. But I've said my piece. They couldn't even put one of the tracks from the game over the credits. Just dead silence. A moment of silence for all the time wasted making Rogue Trip. Even still, it's a cool creative endeavor. I just wish it was better. Some people like this game. And they're not wrong. There's a lot to like here. I don't like it, though. This game was meant to be like the Twisted Metal 3 killer. And its one goal was to be better than Twisted Metal 3. In my opinion, it failed in that goal. It's a harsh opinion. And also, it's a close one. But, I do not think it's better than Twisted Metal 3. So, I do think it's over. And there's something to be said for that. Now, Twisted Monday truly begins. As I switch over to Twisted Metal Black. Then I'll be playing through as Axel. 3 bonus levels that I didn't show off before. And because of a generous contribution by Decidue, we will also be seeing an additional level played through with Mr. Grimm. But first, I gotta find my own GoFundMe. There it is. Excellent. Aw. Decidue left a very nice message on that GoFundMe. If you would also like to pay me to play another additional level during this stream, I will do so. Hit up that GoFundMe, make a contribution, and tell me what level you want to see with what character. Gotta be at least like $20 or so. But in that circumstance, I will do that. And if you want to do that next week, tune in then. Give it a shot. Anyway, that's enough for this playthrough. Coming up soon, Twisted Metal Black to make up for and wash the taste of Rogue Trip out of our mouths. Be right back with that. Thank you for watching. But as of now, I am Fiendly, and I thank you for watching Twisted Monday, which begins in earnest moments from now. Stay tuned.